It's important for boards to understand what their role is and what the faculty's role is and what the administration's role is. By no means would I say that the board should do the faculty's job. The board should not do the president's job. The board shouldn't do the provost's job. But the board needs to ensure that the work of assessment of learning is done and that we are paying attention to, that they are paying attention to, the institution is paying attention to the outcomes of the assessment and acting on those outcomes so that improvement is always the next step. One of the things that boards should pay attention to is the set of policies and procedures that describe and control the work of the faculty. One of the things that boards might want to pay particular attention to is whether faculty are rewarded or in some indirect way penalized for paying more attention to teaching, for paying more attention to assessing of learning. In some institutions where research is more valued, faculty may be indirectly penalized if they get engaged in the time it takes to assess learning well, if they spend more time in calibrating their teaching so that it's effective for the students that they're working with. So I think boards want to make sure that the policies support this work to improve educational experiences for students. It doesn't really matter what type of institution we're talking about. There's teaching going on. And the question is it effective teaching, and are students learning what they are supposed to learn, what the learning goals say they should be learning? I think the board needs to ask questions about the results that are presented to them. Are these results comparable to the results that we might find at peer institutions, for instance? Get a benchmark for the results. Do the results show progress year over year? Are we finding progress in key areas of learning for our students? If we don't see our progress the way we want it to be, or if we find that compared to peers our performance is not where we want it to be, then the question becomes for the board, what's our next step? And who's going to be leading that? What's the next activity that we have to engage in? And what's the schedule for getting things done?